Alrighty, welcome back everyone to Lord of the Rings Online. This is a Beorn playthrough. There's my Beorn we made last video. In this video we're going to show you about the skills. Last video we did the introduction about how she got out of the Vales. In this video we're going to show you about the skills, we're going to show you about what kind of armor she can wear, we're going to show you a couple of stuff. Get you familiarized with the class. So there's a training dummy there. I'm going to teach you about the skills first. The first skill we have right here is the Skin Changer skill. It gives you plus 400 critical defense and it removes any disarm effect. Disarm effects means you can no longer use your weapons. So it's a really good skill to use. This skill requires you to have Wrath. Wrath is built up while you're in combat, as seen in your bar over here. This is 0 out of 100. Other players have blue bars that show their mana or how much energy they have left. Other players expand their mana while yours increases. When you're in bear form, your Wrath decreases. I'll show you what I mean in a little bit. The slash attack is a powerful swing that deals damage to your enemies. It's a melee skill. You can only use it in man form. It's a 2 attack, with one being based off your main hand and the other one being based off your offhand weapon. So let's see. This skill adds 5 Wrath to your character every time you use it. The more you click it, another 5 Wrath. The next skill is Slam. Bring down your weapon with great force upon your foe. It's a 2 attack with the same main hand damage and the same offhand damage. And it adds 10 Wrath instead of 5. Using both of them consecutively deals damage, as well as adding more to your Wrath bar. Right now I have it at 50 out of 100, 60 out of 100, 75, 80, 90, and 100. So now we're going to transform into the bear. The bear, as I said, has black fur. The fur does not change, although his mark on his face does. When you're in bear form, you only have one skill. It's called Thrash, which does damage based on your main hand weapon, and it stacks up to 3 times. This is tier 2. It does 63 damage. Tier 3 does let me see. Tier 3, where is it? Tier 3 does 112 damage. So it stacks up to 3, and then after your Wrath runs out, you're reverted back into human form. If you want to go back into bear form, simply use the 2 human skill attacks that you have currently, and then just skin change right back. Then keep using Thrash to finish off the enemy. So the basic stats we have right now are Moral, Wrath, and Armor. Those are the base stats that show on your character. Armor doesn't show, it's just Moral and Wrath for right now. Moral, I have 395 out of 395, and it's how much damage I can take before I die. Wrath, as I explained, scales up, and it decreases while you're not in combat. So it's better to have more Wrath while you're in combat and keep it in combat. If you can tank 2 to 3 enemies, tank 2 to 3 enemies. It'll keep your Wrath up and you'll be able to kill them faster. Armor reduces the damage taken from attacks. 100% for physical attacks or common damage, 20% for tactical attacks or non-common mitigations. Might for a Beorn is important because it is a class that's based off of damage. It is a damage dealing class as specified in the last video, although this class can be used as a tank while you're in bear form. While you're in bear form, you can tank pretty well. So stack some vitality onto your bear, you'll be good to go. Agility, so let's go back to might. Might increases your physical mastery, your tactical mastery, and your parry ratings. Agility increases your critical rating, physical mastery, and evade rating. Vitality increases your maximum moral, how much damage you can take before you die, your resistance, and your non-combat moral regen. So while you're out of battle, you regenerate your health faster. Will increases your tactical mastery, tactical mitigations, evade rating, and resist rating. Faith increases your in-combat moral regen. It increases your critical rating, your tactical mitigations, and tactical mastery. So, if you're going to be tanking, it's good to have a little vitality, fate, and a few agility. Vitality, fate, agility. More into vitality, a little bit into fate, and a little bit into agility. If you're going to be doing damage, might, vitality. Might, vitality. If you're going to be healing, I guess you could go either way. Just mix a little bit of faith, will, vitality. Offensive stats. The critical rating is the percentage of your critical hits. Melee, ranged, and tactical. Melee and ranged, sometimes, most of the times, both scale the same with physical mastery. Tactical does not. We'll go into that in a little bit. So right now I have 50 points into the critical rating, and my melee critical hits are 2.4% for critical. Devastating is 0.7, and the magnitude of a critical or devastating hit is 3.2%. Finesse, we don't really have any right now. We shouldn't be getting any for a while, but it reduces your opponent's resistance, reduces your opponent's block, parry, and evade. Physical mastery increases the damage of your physical melee attacks against level 5 enemies. This also goes for ranged. Increases the damage of your physical ranged attacks against level 5 enemies. This doesn't go based off of if you're a melee or a ranged class. It's separated. Melee cannot do the same damage as ranged using a ranged skill per se. I have a bow. I'm able to use a bow. I use a bow. It's not going to hit the same as someone that's, say, a range hunter, where he has bow as a primary weapon. It will not deal the same damage. Same goes for range. If he has a sword, because they have swords, their damage is not going to deal the same as my physical damage. Tactical damage, or tactical mastery, is the tactical increases the tactical damage and the tactical healing, which is pretty much how much your heals are going out for. Resistance provides chance of avoiding all effects, fears, burns, not stuns. I don't believe it works on stuns. Fear, burn, frost. There's another one. There's lightning, poison, stuff like that. The critical defense is mainly for tanking. If you're going to take your bear into a tank form, you want to add critical defense to it. Critical defense reduces the critical and devastating hit magnitude of incoming melee, ranged, and tactical damages against level 5. So all of these things scale with your level. If you're level 5 now and you have 0.0%, when you're level 10 and you get one item, it might increase. Whereas if resistance against level 5 enemies, it's 5.1%. Against level 10 enemies, it'll do no use. It'll be no use. You can't block any level 10 because it's too high a level for you. Incoming heals, again, if you're going to be tanking, you want to invest into incoming heals. A lot of characters, high level characters at level 100, 105, right now that's the cap. A lot of level 105 characters are running around with 60,000 health points, but they can take no damage. Why? Because they're investing all their points into moral. Moral. They forget about armor. They don't care about incoming heals. They don't care about tactical or physical mitigations. They have no defense to back up all that moral. So they rely on the healer to heal them. But if they're not investing into incoming heals, the healer's heal is not going to do much. Say someone heals you for 60 HP. If you have a little bit of this, it could double, it could triple, it could go higher than that, helping your healer. Instead of healing 60, he'd be healing 120. Block, Beorns cannot block because they don't have a shield. Without a shield, you can't block. You need a shield to block. The only exception to that now is Guardians. Guardian is another class inside the game that can block with a two-handed sword. Parry. You can parry enemy attacks, where it completely avoids the attack. It partially avoids the attack, and the partially avoided receives a reduced damage. Right now I have, against level 5s, my chance to parry an attack is 5.1%. My chance to partially parry an attack is 6.4. When you partially parry an attack, the damage is reduced by 16.4%. Same goes for evade. Evade right now I have 1.7, 2.1% for partially evade. In partially evaded attacks, damage is reduced by 12.1%. Mitigations, damage source, we have none as of right now. Damage type, physical, is anything that hits you, let's say, anything in close combat. A hunter can do physical damage. Hunter is the exception because it's physical. They're throwing arrows at you. That is reduced by your physical mitigations. So right now I have 179 points into it, and it says reduces the damage taken from physical attacks. Against level 5 enemies, it reduces incoming physical damage by 19.3. This goes into common damage. Any common damage goes into that. Any physical damage also goes into that. Orc craft goes into player versus monster player, which is a different type of gaming experience on Lord of the Rings. It's pretty much player versus player. Fell Wrath mitigation is pretty much dark or physical dark attack. Something not classified as tactical, but not quite full physical. Right now on the physical I have 19.3% reduced. On the Orc Craft I have 4.6, and same goes for the Fell Wrath, 4.6. My tactical mitigation reduces incoming tactical damage by 8.5%. Reduces damage taken from fire by 8.5, lightning, frost, acid, and shadow by 8.5 each. So now that we've gone into that, I'll just open them all back up. Enhanced character. It's pretty much you could rename your character. You could buy stat tomes. Stat tomes go based off in these. These are the stats: might, agility, vitality, will, and fate. Those are the stats that we have. Virtues, we'll go into that in a little bit later. Experience boost and buffs. Those are just for people that want to pay for it. Right now on my Beorn I have two weapons, dagger and a sword, an axe, sorry. If you remove the axe, it shows the shield. Secondary weapon or shield slot. The ranged weapon slot, which is for the bows. The instruments go here. Instruments go here. By instruments, I'll show you what I mean in a little bit. Craft tools. Craft tools go there in that slot. And then in this last slot is class slot. This is just for class weapons. You cannot put a guardian belt into a Beorn class slot because it will not fit. It's class specified. The dagger is on the main hand. Right there, main hand, primary weapon. You can swap them around, whatever you want. Dagger first, axe second, axe first, dagger second. I have this Daruth stone. 25 experience gain on monster kill. This is because I purchased an expansion. Copper ring and sapphire. So we'll go into the armor. The armor, I have Radagast's hood, which gives me 2 might and 14 armor. Grim Beorn's shoulder, 14 armor, 2 might. Woven cloak of determination, 25 armor, 2 will. Langast tunic and waistcoat, 2 vitality, 47 armor. Sturkist sturdy bracers, 23 armor, 2 might. Enduring leather leggings of might, 38 armor, 2 might. Rugged work boots, 18 armor and 2 vitality. Sapphire ring of might, which is 2 might one. And the copper ring of vigor, which is 1 vitality. As far as my weapons, they both do 7 through 12 common damage and 5.2 damage per second. With this, it has a reduced chance to reduce the target's armor, which we talked about, -2. It's not a lot, but it'll get higher the higher level you get. As for the dagger is always the same. The damage changes, the DPS changes, but the passive does not. It does 7 to 12 common damage, 5.2 damage per second, and the wield is 1% auto attack critical hit chance. So when you're auto attacking, it means this. This button right here is for auto attack. That's it. That move that she does right there, that's all of it. That's an auto attack. Let's go back to the character panel. As far as skill goes, we already talked about these. This last one is a travel to personal house because I currently own a house on another character. My passives. I'm able to wear light armor or medium armor. Make sure you wear the highest armor you can. Say if you're a medium, don't wear light armor. It's useless. It reduces armor for you. If you're heavy, don't wear medium armor, and don't think about wearing light armor. It'll be a waste of armor. Just wear the highest armor you can. We talked about these in the last video. Shire Homestead gives me a 20% discount because I currently own a house in the Shire. Again, the personal house. Horns, lutes, specialized equipment. These are pretty much instruments that you can play. These go in the ranged weapon slot, like I was talking about. These are instruments that you can play. Novice, this is just misc. Weapons, we can use bows, daggers, we could dual wield, one-handed axe, one-handed clubs, spears, two-handed axes, and two-handed clubs. Fellowship skills, we have no fellowship skills as of now. As of now, we have no fellowship skills. We have to be in a fellowship to start collecting fellowship skills. Mounts, If you're VIP or if you pay for the game, you will get a quest at level 20. If you're not, you can purchase different horses and you can go to the store and purchase a riding skill. Let me see if I can find it. Show you what it looks like. If the store loads up fast enough. There it goes. Search right here. Riding skill. Right here, there's a bundle for 750. If you just want the skill, it's 95 points required for riding most mounts. Riding skill. Riding trait, journeyman, there's a bunch. But if you just want the skill, riding skill. I don't recommend you getting the Gift of Valor. Don't recommend it. Why? Because it instantly levels you up. There's no point in it. You'll get into a place that you have no idea what you're going to be doing, going from level 5 to level 50. You're not going to know most of the skills that you earned. It's better to get to level 50 by yourself, and then if you want, you could purchase the other one, which is Blessing of Valor, which instantly levels you up to level 95. But at least you have that experience from 5 to 50. You know at least some of what your character is based on. That's it for the skills. The titles. Titles come, you earn them. This one's for being born in the Vales. Every Beorn gets it. There's different ones for elves, there's different ones for dwarves, there's different ones for the man race. The worry. I don't know how to say that. You have reached level 5 without being defeated in battle. You get one up to level 20, I believe it is. It's called Undying. The Undying. That's for not dying at all. You have to reach level 20 without dying at all. Guard of Isen. This is for getting the expansion that I was telling you guys about that I got this item with. So we'll keep this one. Biography, you can write whatever you want. I have Beorn on mine. Everybody can see this. You could have one parent. You could be adopted, pretty much. And you can have 2 childs. You could adopt 2 childs, which is 2 other players in Middle-earth. For the wallet, the coin, the currency of the game is gold, silver, and copper. Gold being the fairly hardest to get at a low level. Universal ingredient packs are for crafting. Anything you craft with a universal ingredient pack is bound to your account. So you cannot trade it to other players, you cannot sell it. It's bound to your account. Shards, that's for something else. We'll get into that later. Accommodations, this is for player versus monster player, which is the other mode that I was telling you guys about. Instances and skirmishes, we'll get into that in another video. For now, just the gold and the crafting. House, that's my house. I don't have a kinship on this character, but I do own a kinship house. I will make a video about it in another character. Hobbies. You can only learn one hobby and it's fishing. I don't find it as exciting, so I don't really do it. Reputation. This is for all the factions. The Men of Bree, Thorin's Halls, the Dwarfs, Elves of Rivendell, Elves. The Mathom Society is the Hobbits. We'll get into those in a little bit, or in another video. The war, like I said, is for player versus player. Cosmetic outfits. Say you don't want the equipment that you have now, but you love the stats on it. You could simply go into outfit 1, pick a cloak, toss it on, equip the outfit, there's the cloak. You don't want the cloak? Simple. As long as you have it in your bag, you can throw it out. You don't have to wear it. Same goes for the other ones. Green, There's the green cloak. Don't like the green? Throw it out. Don't don't throw it out of your inventory because it will destroy it and you will never get it back. White. There it is. White. This comes with a whole set, but I'm not going to open the boxes to get the set out. You have two free slots. You have to purchase the third one, the fourth one. You could do gloves, pants, boots. You could do shields. You could do weapons. I believe they just barely started doing this shield and weapon stuff. You could dye it. Let's see what else we can talk about. I believe that's it. We'll get into everything else in a little bit. So I'm gonna end this video here. This was the tutorial on the Beorn, some of his skills. We'll get it into another video. I'll upload it shortly after this one. I'm not gonna wait too long to upload another one because this was just to teach you about the skills. Pretty much consider it a filler. If you already know the class, we'll get into the quests and the start over on the next video. So hope to see you guys there, and I hope you enjoyed it.